All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for attending today's webinar presentation. My name is Sean. I'm one of the annuity sales directors here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. And the webinar you are on today is going to cover the ins and outs, benefits, and features of Guggenheim's multi-year guarantee and single premium immediate annuity products that are available. Currently, Guggenheim does have some of the most competitive products available in that line of business. And so I am happy to see so many people on today's webinar so that we can get this information out to you in the field to help you with your clients. Do appreciate everyone taking the time out of their busy schedule to attend today's webinar, and I don't think this material is going to disappoint. A little bit on housekeeping on today's webinar presentation. Everyone in attendance is in listen-only mode. That's to cut down on background noise so that everyone can hear clearly on the material presented. If you do have a question throughout the webinar, feel free to post it in the question box. At the conclusion of the webinar, we will try to take a question and answer session and answer as many of those questions as come in, giving time allowances. A little bit on the overall agenda. We are going to talk about the Guggenheim products, like I said. Before we get to that, we are going to give just a couple of minutes here at the beginning of the webinar, go over some items that would be helpful for those who are with insurance agency marketing to be aware of. Some of the things we've been finding successful for our agents. That's just going to take, like I said, the first couple of minutes of this webinar. Then I am going to pass the reins over to Travis, who is with Guggenheim, who is going to go over the heart of this webinar presentation and go over that Guggenheim product information for you. And like I said, we will wrap up with a question and answer session at the end. So without further delay, we'll go ahead and get started today. Like I said, my name is Sean. I'm one of the insurance annuity sales directors here at Insurance Agency Marketing. Just a little bit, like I said, on some of the information that you may find helpful. I don't know if many of you are on the webinar currently that are newer to IAMS. If you're newly contracted or considering becoming one of our contracted agents, I did want to make sure you know that we have spread out our new producer bonus over a 3-tier system. In the past, we had it just on 1 tier. It's on a 3-tier system now. If you do business, get contracted with us, do business within the first 180 days of being contracted, as you can see, we can get you some additional compensation in addition to the normal street level commission that we normally pay out to agents for their business. For example, as you can see on the $100,000 level, if you do $100,000 of index annuity premium within the first 180 days, we can get you a $750 additional cash bonus on top of the normal commission you'd otherwise receive. If you chose to hold off on that to the $300,000 or $500,000 level, you can see that those awards do grow exponentially in size. So I just want to make sure everyone's aware that that is available if you are coming on board with us as a newly producing agent, or if you're thinking about coming on board with us, we do have this program in place. Our 2018 Top Producers Award Escape Trip has been announced. I did want to make sure everyone's aware of that. It is going to be in February from the 25th to 28th of 2018. It is going to be at a resort in Scottsdale, Arizona. Of course, February is a great time to go out to Scottsdale. The weather is just perfect during that time. $2 million annuity premium will qualify you for this all expense paid event. Of course, if you're not doing primarily annuity as part of your business, you can see at the bottom of the screen that there are a number of options available in combination that you can do in order to qualify for this event. We are looking forward to seeing a lot of people qualifying. As you can see by the numbers, they are not out of reach. And the qualification period has started actually last July. And we'll go through December 31st of 2017. So we've got plenty of time to qualify for this event. Just want to make sure everyone knows that it's currently in the qualification period. For those of you that may not know, we have instilled an in-house creative services department here at Insurance Agency Marketing. For any of your marketing needs, if you're looking to do a direct mail campaign, if you're looking to do advertising for television, radio, if you need online marketing help, anything along those lines, we do have that in-house department now available. and they do offer steeply discounted rates than what I think you'd be able to find if you went looking through private marketing firms for these types of services. We do offer them at a very discounted rate for those who are contracted with us. Feel free to give us a call anytime, and we'd be happy to get you more information or help you get set up on some of these programs. The person who you'd want to ask for when you call in is Josh. He's the only Josh here in our office, and he does head up the Creative Services Department. Also, in the Creative Services Department, if you're looking for doing website lead forms, client management tools, newsletters, anything like that, he is also available for those services as well. Just a real quick tout on our upcoming Academy training. We do offer Academy trainings a couple times a year, and the next one is coming up. It's going to be in May from the 17th to the 19th over in Des Moines, Iowa. These are all expense paid events, so we do cover for flight costs, hotel stay, and meals for those that participate in these events. They're designed for agents who are looking for ways to take their annuity and life production to new levels through the use of new sales ideas, concepts, and techniques. Like I said, the next one is coming up in May from the 17th to 19th. The agents that have attended these in the past do see a significant increase in their annuity and life production as a direct result of the sales ideas, concepts, and techniques that we discuss at these training events. I do have a poll question up on your screen. If you are interested in getting more information on this event, let me know by indicating yes on that poll question, and I'll make sure that you get an agenda with an application form. And that way you can look over the exact items we're planning on covering and make a better determination as if it's something you would like to participate in. If you're not interested, feel free to just mark no, and then we'll make sure and not get you on any sort of lists where you're getting additional information on these events. But I do ask that you either check yes or no so that we have accurate information on that, on who would like more information. I will leave that poll question up for just a couple more seconds. If you have not answered, please do so, just so we have full participation in the question and answer, and that way we can get accurate information and get that information out to you right away. Those dates are just a couple months out and already starting to fill up quite a lot, quite quickly. So if you are interested, just let me know through a yes answer, and we can make sure to get that information out to you ASAP. All right, I am going to close that poll question at this time. If you have not answered, I would ask that you do so within the next couple seconds. And I am closing that question now. Appreciate everyone who took the time to answer that. And just one more piece of information for those of you that are contracted with us or might be looking at it. We now have a paperless contracting system. That means that you do not have to fill out new contracting paperwork every time you want to add a carrier with insurance agency marketing. That was the way we used to do things. We offer over 50 different carriers now, I believe, to help agents with their business. And in the old days, we had to send out that company's contracting. So if you wanted to fill out or get contracted with us for, say, 5 carriers, you had to fill out 5 sets of contracting paperwork. Now we have changed it to a paperless contracting system. Most of our carriers are subscribers to this paperless contracting. So once you fill out your first contracting with us, if at a later time you want to add carriers, you simply have to give us a call, let us know which carriers you want to add. We can do it all in-house without you having to fill out new contracting paperwork every time. Just want to make sure everyone's aware of that, as it is a huge time saver for those in the field. Our website, I just want to make sure everyone is aware, of course, in 2017, everyone has a website. We do as well, www.imzinc.com. We're always happy to help anyone during business hours, Monday through Friday, with any illustrations or if you need product information, applications, anything at all. But if you're meeting with clients on the weekends or the evenings, we may not be as available. Want to make sure everyone knows that a lot of that information is available on www.imzinc.com. Real quickly, I should let everyone know, as everyone knows, the DOL ruling is kind of looming over us at this time, and I just want to make sure everyone knows that IAMS has been working diligently to prepare for the DOL when it does come through. It looks like we might be getting a delay, and we're certainly hopeful for that. But regardless, that is going to be coming at some point down the road. What we've done is we've organized IAMS Wealth Management, which is an investment advisory agency. A lot of the agents are looking at getting their Series 65 so that they can uh, so for them, it would be business as usual. They wouldn't have to restrict their business based on how the Department of Labor ruling is saying that it would have to be restricted under current guidelines. So what we've done is we have organized IAMS Wealth Management. We are helping a lot of our agents get set up with their Series 65 so that they can be an investment advisory rep under us and therefore can act as a fiduciary sign-off on their qualified business going forward. If anyone is interested in getting more information from insurance or IAMS Wealth Management on this topic, just let me know through the poll question that's on your screen, and we would make sure to get someone in contact with you right away to help you to make sure you're compliant when the DOL ruling does go through. I'll leave this poll question up for just a couple more seconds. Again, just like the previous one, if you don't mind answering yes or no, just so I know who to get information over to the IAMS Wealth Management staff so they can be in touch with you and help you get set up or potentially get set up or at least just learn more about how we can help you in a post-DOL environment. I will leave this poll question up for just a couple more seconds. Please answer yes or no if you haven't already done so, and then we can get right to the heart of this webinar presentation, which is the Guggenheim annuity product lineup. All right, I will be closing that question in just a couple more seconds. And so if you haven't answered yes or no, please do so. All right, thank you so much for those that answered. I am going to close that poll question at this time. Without further ado, I will go ahead and announce Travis. He is the person over at Guggenheim that is going to enlighten us with some of the information pertaining to their multi-year guarantee and SPIA products. Travis, are you with us today?
I am right here.
Great. We are in the process of transferring over to your screen, and actually it just popped up. So everyone on the webinar should be seeing your screen at this time, and the floor is yours.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate the time here, and I'm glad to be able to speak with you all here on Guggenheim Life and Annuities fixed product lineup here that we have. My name again is Travis Scott, and I'm the National Annuity Sales Manager here with Guggenheim. And first and foremost, I want to give you all our 800 number here that you can always call into our marketing department. You'll get a live person on the phone right away, and we'll be happy to give you the most up-to-date rates that we have and run any illustrations, things of that nature. And that 800 number is 1-800-767-7749, or you can also just email us at marketing@guggenheiminsurance.com. Those are the easiest ways to get in touch with us. And we do always love to just tell people to go straight directly to IAMS initially to have any of those issues or questions or anything handled, because they are absolutely great at what they do there with IAMS. So without further ado, we'll get into our product lineup here. And again, we're just going over our straightforward fixed multi-year guaranteed annuity products, along with our single premium immediate annuity that we have as well. And I also would like to keep in mind, we had, I believe in a previous webinar, we did talk a little bit about our new fixed indexed annuity, the Highlander, and that you can also get some information on our website if you go to guggenheimlife.com. But today, again, we're going to be talking about those fixed products, and I think that they definitely have created quite a buzz over the years that we've had it. It's what we initially started here with Guggenheim, is our fixed multi-year guaranteed products, and they still to this day are right at the tops of the list for many agents out there, and we'll hopefully show you here in this presentation today of why that is. So moving into the presentation here, just a little bit about us. We began operations in 2009. We are a subsidiary of Guggenheim Partners. It's the same family as the Guggenheim Museums, and Guggenheim Partners actually is a $240 billion plus company, asset management company that's worldwide. So it's great to have them as a parent company here. Guggenheim Life and Annuity itself, we are actually based in Indianapolis, Indiana. You can see our picture of our corporate office here, and it's wonderful to have. We actually are now in 2 buildings here in the same complex. So we have all of our marketing team, sales team, new business, contracting, everybody is under one house. And we think that is a fantastic way to be able to do business, and we can get things expedited just because purely our size allows us to do that, where we can easily get answers for questions that you may have. And again, really one of our big goals that we have is always to be able to expedite that business and get you paid as quick as possible and get that contract out to the client as quick as possible. You can see we have our new statutory measures here as of 12/31/2016, so as the beginning of this year. We're looking at, we have total assets of $12.2 billion, and our RBC ratio is 422% right now, which is fantastic. That number is a great jump from where we were at last year, and it's among the tops in the industry when you look at the RBC ratio. And that's really, and that stands for risk-based capital. It's something that I implore all of you to look at when you're looking at the different carriers that you're writing for your business. And we're still at a B++ rating with AM Best, and a lot of that has to do with, again, being in operations only since 2009. So we're still fairly young in the business world, and we're hoping to jump that up here in a very short time. So you can see here is our three fixed product portfolio that we have. We have the Preserve multi-year guaranteed annuity product, and then we also have a Pro option, which is also a multi-year guaranteed annuity with also adding in a return of premium feature, and I'll go into that a little bit. And then finally, we have our Provider single premium immediate annuity as well, which has been quite popular here of recent past. So here, starting first with Preserve, again, it's a single premium deferred annuity. We offer multiple guaranteed periods, which I think is something that really kind of initially sets us apart from a lot of the competition. We have the ranges from anywhere between 3 and 10 years. So you can really dial in the multi-year guaranteed product for your client's needs and wishes. We see a lot of the other carriers out there that may only just have a few or go on just the odd years or what have you. So by having all of the different periods there, we're really able to, again, customize that for your client and ultimately give them more a dialed in approach to what they're really looking for. And we have very nice minimums on our premiums of $5,000 for qualified, $10,000 non-qualified. We do go up to a max of $1 million without any exceptions. If you have something that's over $1 million, first of all, congratulations for getting one of those. And second of all, definitely give us a call in. At times we can offer in exceptions above that $1 million mark. Some of the key features to the Preserve are we do offer issue ages up to 90 years old, which is great to have. It's amazing how many times we get into that market here when we're talking on the phone with various agents across the country. We do get quite a bit of that business coming through, and we have some pretty competitive commission rates there for those older ages as well. So definitely when you're looking at really anything across the spectrum, or if you were maybe initially trying to get a fixed index annuity for a client and they just happen to be a little bit too long in the tooth, definitely think about us when we're looking at the alternative options that we have. It does offer, the tax deferred growth, may avoid probate. Again, we have here our nursing home care rider and our terminal illness rider. Those to me are very important features in a guaranteed annuity. And basically what those state are that if the client happens to go either in a nursing home or become terminally ill, that we're going to waive any surrender charges and make their total asset free and available for them to receive. And that also it works in a full account value at death as well. And we do have multiple annuitization options in the Preserve too to offer that flexibility for the client. So really we're geared towards making a guaranteed annuity as personalized as possible. We do also offer a 10% free withdrawal after the first year of the contract, which is, to me, it's something that we definitely need to get across to our clientele and make sure that they're aware of their options moving forward, and also to remind them of that as they move forward in the contract so that there aren't any surprises. And we're actually happy to be able to offer this in all states except for New York. And so, you really don't have any limitations when you're talking with any of your clientele out there that the Preserve with Guggenheim should always be an item for discussion there for you. Moving on to our Pro option, which is also multi-year guaranteed annuity. Many of the same features. We have the same minimums and maximums as we did with the Preserve. Same issue age range and riders with the nursing home and terminal illness rider. We do offer just 3 different guarantee periods in the Pro option. That's a 5, 7, and 10-year guaranteed period. And the big difference to those, there's a couple. The first is the guaranteed rate that we have actually increases over the years. So for instance, the 5-year guaranteed period option begins at 2.05% right now, and then climbs up to 2.45% in the 5th year. So they get a little bit higher of a rate each single year that they're in that guaranteed period. And the reason that we do that is because we do associate the return of premium feature to it. So at any point in the contract, if the client says, you know, I want to get out of this, either rates have really increased or they absolutely just need the asset back, they can get at least their initial premium back in full without any surrender charges. Or if it happens to be larger, the interest rate minus the surrender charges, if that number is more than the initial premium, they get the greater of the 2. So it's really a nice kind of get out of jail free card for your client. And many times I remember when I was out writing these products myself that you'd have quite a bit of hesitation when you're talking with individuals about annuities with locking up money for long extended periods of time. And this gives them kind of that peace of mind that they may be looking for when they're signing their name there to put money locked up for 5, 7, or 10 years there. That way they can obviously have that option at some point where they can pull that out if it does happen to be an environment where interest rates have increased, and this way they haven't been waiting on the sidelines the whole time in case they haven't. We think about 5 years ago, 7 years ago, we saw a lot of the buzz was going on then, just as it is now, that interest rates are going to increase at some time soon, and you don't want to lock it up for very long. And we've seen, unfortunately, a lot of individuals that have had money in a fixed bucket with no growth, whether it be a money market or a simple savings account, where they could have been in a product like this and gained some percentage of growth. So we definitely love having that Pro option there, really as a benefit and another alternative option for them. So at the end of the guaranteed period options for both of those products, that we do offer 3 different options. The first is the owner may decide to renew the contract for the same guaranteed period. So if you had a 5-year Preserve product, they can go right back into a 5-year Preserve, and it'll get the new stated interest rate at that time. The option 2 is they may decide to annuitize the contract for a minimum of 5 years. Or the third option, they may decide to withdraw all of a portion of the contract without any surrender at the end of the guaranteed period option. Now, when the Preserve and the Pro option have reached the end of their guaranteed period, again, they can withdraw without any surrender charge, annuitize the contract, or renew that contract for a 1-year term at the then current offered rate. The contract is fully liquid during that 1-year renewal term as well. And there are reduced commissions in those states for certain states that we have a non-MVA or market value adjustment commission schedule. So definitely either talk to an individual here at Guggenheim or at IMS, and we'll be happy to assist you with that and let you know what's going on with those non-MVA states. And again, if we want to kind of just dial a little bit more into those riders that we have available here, the contract, if it's purchased prior to the owner's 76th birthday, on the nursing home care rider, and the contract's been in force for at least 1 year, we will be available to offer it. After the date, the owner must have been confined into a nursing home for 90 consecutive days, and they may request by written notice to make a full surrender or partial withdrawals with a $1,000 minimum there in order to get their assets without any surrender charges there. And then with the terminal illness rider, any medical condition with which a physician certifies has reduced the owner's life expectancy to 9 months or less, or if they're diagnosed with a heart attack, stroke, or life-threatening cancer after the policy was purchased and in force for at least 1 year, and the owner isn't older than 90 years old. And the owner, again, may request to, by written notice, to make full surrender or partial withdrawals with the $1,000 minimum there as well. And I think this is a very important slide here to take a look at. This is our surrender charge by contract year. And you can see starting with the 3-year guaranteed period option all the way going down to the 10-year. What stays just the same for all of them is that we start at 7% and go down 1% until we hit that 1% mark. And then for those 8, 9, and 10-year durations, we stay at 1% until the last year there in the 10th year. It's important there just because, again, if you're talking as an agent to a client and you may be going and meeting, 3, 4 different clients, hopefully in a day, you can, simply just have that number memorized that it starts at 7 and goes down no matter what duration we're looking at. And so again, simplicity at the point of sale and for the client also to understand it is definitely something that we view as paramount in the whole process of everything. And we feel with it starting at 7% and going down, it's a very reasonable surrender charge schedule there for everybody to understand to have there. And again, market value adjustment, just kind of a quick refresher on that. As interest rates go down, the negative MVA goes up, and vice versa. If positive MVA goes down, that's when the interest rates are rising there. So we do have market value adjustments in there. It does allow us to have a little bit more of a lucrative rate there, and the MVAs aren't applied at all if the client does go through the whole duration of the product. But so it's really, we view it as a win-win if you do utilize the product to its full advantage. And with the pro option, you're still guaranteed to get at least your guaranteed amount that you put in the initial premium, no matter with the MVA. And here's probably the screen that everybody was waiting to look for, and this is what our current rates are here for those two products. And you can see they're very, very competitive. I can tell you some of the highlighted years that we have here in the Preserve product there at the top. And number one is actually our 3-year with the low band rate of 2%. You can see that we have a high band rate for all of them that are 10 basis points greater, and that's for anything that's 250,000 and above coming in the door there. And we give a little bit of a bump on that. But at that 3-year 2%, it doesn't look super flashy, but I can tell you when you compare it to anybody that has a CD, there's usually not that much longer of a duration that they're having to go under. And it's a great way to kind of get them introduced into the annuity market. We actually feel like both these products are a great way to introduce somebody that normally has been either negative to annuities or a novice to them, to get them into it and kind of wet their whistle a little bit with the annuity world. And you can see we have nice jumps there going to the 4-year, the 5-year, and so on. And ultimately, we get up to that 10-year at a 3.25% mark. And that is very, very competitive in the industry right now, especially when you put in the fact that we still do offer that 10% free withdrawal after the first year. And we have multiple annuitization options and those riders that we do attach to it. So with all of those caveats to the Preserve, we view that as being tops in the industry, and I think you will too when you look at some of the competition or maybe who you're currently riding. So we're very proud to have those rates, and we're also very proud at Guggenheim here to not mess with the rates very often. We have still yet to make any mid-month rate changes, and we try our best to only have, if we can, just only a handful of rate changes in a year. So, we can be very, very consistent. It's something that we don't necessarily run any specials or anything of that nature. And we're going to make sure that we're going to have happy clients that don't feel like they missed out on something just because they hit the wrong time of year or what have you. So with that steady rate structure also gives us the steady ability to have our service department maintain the level of service that we have become accustomed to. And I think anybody that's written Guggenheim can definitely share with that, where we are second to none when it comes to our service. And I think that's a big part of it. And then you can look here and visually see on our pro option at the bottom of the page how those guaranteed rates go. You kind of have to read it a little bit differently than the Preserve. So the guaranteed periods are not going across the screen. They're going from top to bottom. It's 5, 7, and 10-year are your 3-period options. And then in the first year, for instance, on the 7-year guaranteed period option, that first year, the client would receive 2.35%. In the second year, the client is going to receive 2.45, and so on. So those are the guaranteed rates that they're guaranteed to get each one of those years. And when you look at it, if you do a little bit of the math on it, it's pretty soon in that pro option product where the interest rate is going to outpace those surrender charges. Again, the surrender charges start at 7%, and so in the third year, with a 5% surrender charge, given where the MVA is at, there's a very good chance that even in that third year that we're going to be outpacing any surrenders. So the client could see a positive impact even if they did withdraw their asset. And generally, the first question I get from agents is, "That sounds great, but I don't want to put my potential client into a product where in a couple of years I could get a chargeback if they start taking it out." In both of these products, if there is any sort of withdrawal in the first year, there's 100% chargeback. But after that first year, it's done. So it's a nice way. Generally speaking, we really don't see anybody that decides to exit the annuity within that first year. They definitely want to. There's some time of getting a comfort level with it, and we don't see that generally happen. So it's nice to know that as an agent, you're safe commission-wise after that first year with both these products. And then our last product, definitely not least, is our provider single premium immediate annuity. We offer multiple payout options on that with life only, life with period certain, joint life with survivorship, and certain periods range from 5 to 20 years. So we have a nice range there, and we do offer a cost of living adjustment with certain period options there as well. The best thing I can tell you about the SPIA that we have here is just give us a shot at giving you a quote, and we're very, very competitive in certain areas, tops in the industry oftentimes in various certain periods. So give us a ring and we'll be happy to run that quote for you very quickly, get it to you in a very short amount of time, and that way you can have something there to compete with as far as looking at the different rates. And we can issue this up to age 75 for both qualified and non-qualified contracts. So again, great amount of flexibility and give you a little bit of a ability to hopefully offer the Guggenheim product to a wide range of people. And then we also have split annuity concepts available here for you. It's where a portion of the principal is used to fund an immediate annuity through our provider, and then while the remaining principal balance is used to fund a deferred annuity, which is generally going to be a preserve that we're going to put it in. And that concept allows for income stream to begin immediately, and then the deferred annuity accumulates that interest there for future use. So it gives a dependable income, guaranteed income. They may receive that payment monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, or annually. And then it also gives that tax deferred growth on the other portion of the asset, and gives them also a chance to maintain a good portion of the asset as an asset instead of just a straight payment in a SPIA environment. So we have here a split annuity scenario where we can take $200,000 and we put, say for instance, close to $55,000 there in the SPIA on a 10-year period certain. We put the rest into preserve MYGA for a 10-year duration. And by doing that, they received, the clients here in this example received roughly about $500 per month, which comes to $6,000 and change on an annual basis. And with that, their annual taxable amount is only $617 on that. So it's nice to be able to do that. When you look at in comparison as to what a CD does, CDs, you lock it up, and generally speaking, when you have a CD, if you ask most people that are CD owners, what'd you do the last time you had a CD come up, they just rolled it into a new one. So this is a great way to get that client to start thinking a little bit about what they're going to do with that asset, and some various ways that they can really make it work to their advantage. So again, we have a great team of internal sales representatives here that are at the Guggenheim marketing office, and we're happy to help you with anything. Everyone here is very, very knowledgeable when it comes to illustrations or working with the agent portal, sales materials, different service and applications and things of that nature. So definitely utilize us here. You can always go to our website, guggenheimlife.com, and we'll be happy to help you in absolutely any way possible that we can to help you improve your practice in any way, shape, or form. So again, thank you for your time here today. I'm going to throw it back over to you over there, and appreciate the time. You have our contact information right there.
Great. Thank you, Travis. I appreciate that information. I think everyone in the on the webinar today also appreciated it, and very thorough. Really appreciate all the bells and whistles that your products offer. I do see a couple of questions coming in. Let me see. Let's see. This one may have been already explained, but it looks like one of the agents wanted to explain how the surrender schedule works with the rates. I assume that's on the Pro option. Could you explain that once again, just on how the surrender and the rates would work and the return of premium?
Sure. So when you're looking at, we still do have that surrender charge schedule. It is still enforced with the Pro option. You do have to take into account that surrender charge schedule with that MVA rate. Usually, that's in there is going to determine whether they get greater than their initial premium. If you have the interest gained minus the surrender charge, whatever that may be, or if that surrender charge in the MVA would normally in a normal environment knock it under their guaranteed premium, then they would just receive their guaranteed initial premium back. So they'll never, if they put in $100,000, they're always going to be able to get that $100,000 back. It's just we do have that surrender charge schedule and the MVA. They're going to dictate whether that client is going to get more than that or not.
And again, the chargeback on that product is only in the first 12 months, right?
Correct.
Great. Well, that's a good product. Let's see. Let me see if any other questions are coming in. Actually, I do not see any other questions at this time. If anyone does have any final questions, now's the time to post them. Again, do appreciate everyone taking the time to be on today's webinar. I don't see any other questions coming in. So at this time, just want to thank you, Travis, for taking the time to give us all this product information. Also, thank you to everyone in the field who took the time as well to learn about this information. I will be in touch with everyone that's been in attendance to make sure that all questions are answered that might come up after this webinar as well. Travis, do you have any final words?
No, other than just thank you again for spending the time out of your busy days to listen to me chat about Guggenheim here for a few minutes. And again, thank you for the time here from IMES.
Great. Thank you, everyone. And everyone have a productive day, and we'll be in touch. Have a great day. Bye.